Hello friends, welcome back. Thanks for joining me. If this is your first time visiting, welcome. If you are returning, welcome back. Thank you so much for all the support. I appreciate it greatly. If you haven't already done so, please hit the subscribe button. I'd love to have you as a subby friend. And I'd appreciate it if you would hit that like button as well. And let's get into today's video. So I hate intros. Like, it's so weird. It feels so weird, like talking to you through my camera doing an intro. Weirdest thing ever. However, I feel like you're supposed to do them, right? I don't know. Anyways, so what I'm bringing to you today are some really, really pretty coasters. So these are the coasters, and they turned out so nice. So what I was doing with these is an acrylic pour inside of epoxy. So I mixed the acrylic paint in the epoxy and did it as a dirty pour. So I'm gonna do some in the same way, but not as a dirty pour also, and see how that looks. But these really turned out super cute. Both sides of them turned out so nice, and I really, really like them so much. And I loved this color combination so much that I also have some earrings that I did that are currently curing, and oh my gosh, they are going to be so gorgeous. I'm excited. But these really turned out super cute. Both sides look nice on them. Now this one has that lip, so you have to use it this way. This one is the flat type that you can use either way. And of course you can do, you know, whatever colors in them that is going to match for you. And I just did this purple, blue, and white. I wanted colors that would like really, you know, sort of stand out separately from each other as I was looking at it to see how it looks. But yeah, I like them a lot. So I am going to have the video attached and show, you know, of course, how I did them. And yeah, I hope you like it. So I will see you later, and have a blessed and beautiful day. Bye. So I have my molds. I have two round molds, and those came from Amazon. Then I've got my paint. So I've got white, and this is just an inexpensive acrylic. It came from the Dollar Tree, and I'm gonna put some white in there. And that's about how much I put. Now this is from Walmart, and it is Deco Art Metallics. And I'll put that in there. So about like that. And then this one is also from Walmart, and this one is a folk art. And we'll put, yep, that's good. All right, so I'm gonna get my epoxy, mix it up, and then I'll be back. All right, so I have my epoxy, and this is my Pro Marine, and it's the 2-part epoxy, part A and part B. So I'm just going to mix this in. I'm just kind of dividing it up between all the different colors. And I may have made too much. If so, I'll just put it in a mold. All right, so I'm just gonna stir my white. Now, one thing I have found when you use acrylic paint and epoxy, you need a whole lot more epoxy than paint. Otherwise, it will just get sticky. And you also have to do it fairly quickly, otherwise it will also get sticky. All right, so I have this cup here, and I like to use something, it's also a paper cup, but I like to use stuff that allows me to like have a bend. So, and we're gonna keep all of our epoxy on the table here. I wish I would have put the white in the middle. I wasn't thinking, but it'll be fine. All right, so I'm gonna kind of come over to the side a little bit. All right, so I'm gonna start, and I'm going to do just a swirl. I feel like this is just gonna be really, really, really pretty. Nice. Okay. Nice. I like that. We'll see how it works out. I don't, you know, I could do some moving around if I want. I don't really want to do a lot of moving around though, because I do like it. All right. So now this time I'm going to put the white in the middle. And I may have epoxy left over, and I'll put it in some other molds. All right, so for this one, I'm going to do it this way. I'm gonna need some more, so this time I'm gonna put the purple first, and then some white, and then some blue. And again, we'll do all right. Perfect. So it's morning, and our molds now, they definitely need to sit for a while before they are ready to use, but I like to take them out early. Not everyone does. Some people like to keep them in for up to 2 days. I like to take them out early just because if I have anything on my edges, it makes it a lot easier for me to clean it off. And at this point too, like I will usually take my nail and just go around the plastic like this, or the silicone, because it kind of helps me to pull off any like just super, super small pieces that might be there. These feel pretty good though. All right, so I'm really excited to see how these turned out. So here is this one, and this is what it looks like in the mold. So we'll take it out of the mold. Oh, that is pretty. Look at that. So there's our coaster piece. Yeah, that's really pretty. And with the acrylic paint in there, it did harden up really nicely, and that's really cool on the backside too. Now these do, you know, they're still a little bit on the flimsy side, even though, you know, like our epoxy is dry well. There's nothing like sticky or anything, so our ratio of paint was good for our epoxy. But it is, you know, it's thick epoxy, so it's going to take a few days to fully cure to super hard. And this is where it's kind of nice. So if maybe your surface wasn't as even as you thought it was, and you need to like do any bending or anything to it, then, you know, this is where you can do it and then put it on a nice flat surface. And then also if you have any weird edges, you know, right now you can use like an X-Acto or even a pair of scissors and cut those weird edges off, and, you know, make it so you decrease some of your sanding. And that's why I personally like to take them out a little bit earlier. And, you know, like I say a million times, crafting is not a one size fits all. So everybody has their way of doing it. And, you know, for me, that's what works really well. All right, so here is our other one. And this is what it looks like. Really pretty. I love this a lot. So let's just take this out of the mold and see how this guy turned out. I just like to really make sure that it's undone well. Right, so this one is a little bit more sticky. So I think the difference is because of being the flat mold versus the lifted mold maybe. But that is super pretty. Really, really pretty. And there's this side. Now on this one, you can choose to use whichever side works for you. Now this, once it dries a little bit more, then this will all dry, because it's not like super painty. And then the other thing that I have found, like with alcohol inks and paints, if there's a little bit left over, like a little bit that is kind of up, once it is fully cured, it's easy to like wash them. Because I wash all my epoxy pieces with Dawn dish soap and then dry them well before I give them as gifts or use them. And I have found that, you know, if there's a little bit excess, it will generally come right off, and then it's not a big deal. But don't do that until it's fully cured. And then this is the other side. So this actually turned out really, really pretty, and that's very cool also. So I'm excited about these. I like them a lot. I think they turned out nice, and the paint pour is really cool. You could do some cool stuff with these, you know, and of course, depending on the colors you choose, you can do pretty much anything you really want to with these. So I like them a lot. I hope that you enjoyed this. I hope that it was helpful, and I hope you have a blessed and beautiful rest of the day, friends. Thank you. I'll see you later. Bye.